Welcome to a special Royal Rumble edition of Wednesday Night is Overbooked. I am your host, the Joker's Voice, and joining me right now is the powerbombing, pulverizing Terminator, the Unbearable 73. Matt, how are you, sir?
Doing pretty good, JV. How are you?
I'm actually doing pretty good. I made some pretty good picks this year. Last year for my Rumble picks, I went 2 for 4 with the match card. I went 4 for 4 this time, and I must say, over the last couple Wednesday nights over books with my overall picks, I am doing quite well. And apparently, Ego is having some trouble with StreamYard, but he will be here momentarily. Speaking of LeftEyeEgo and Matt and myself, if you look down below, we all have the links to our social media. We all have YouTube channels, and also is that thumbs up button, which is free to press that thing. It costs you nothing, and it's great for the channel, puts us in the algorithm, and also helps us possibly get to that wonderful special segments when a certain young gal comes and talks to us in her ever so sweet and loving voice. So if you don't mind, folks,
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
and we do have some folks in the chat already. Let me take a look at here. We have our good friend Roman of the Empire says, just waited to see Joker go off the top rope in a wrestling Speedo. Not happening, sir. Not happening. And we have our friend Eric right here. Let's go, Liv and Roman. Oh, hell yeah. Yes, we will get into that as we
Just
will
go for
get.
it.
I'm sorry, what? Yeah.
No,
yeah.
sorry, I took me that.
Little spoiler alert there. I know, Matt, you were watching. You got to watch the men's Rumble live. You did not get a chance to get the other matches. Is that correct?
Yeah, I had a medical thing going on, and then I finally got just in time for the men's match.
Gotcha. We got another comment right here. Who's this right now? Okay. Fuck StreamYard, I'm on my way. Oh, you silly boy, you make me laugh, Ego. You are hilarious. So, in general, Matt, without going into match specifics, what was your thought of the Rumble match, of the men's Rumble match?
Overall, I enjoyed it despite the winner. I was surprised by some of the ordering. I wonder if there were any swerves based on circumstances or whatever, right?
But we'll get to that.
Yeah, that's what I'm just speculating. There were a lot of luchadors in this one.
A lot.
Spoiler
alert, which if I'm a certain guy from Ireland, I'm pissed because I got told by the GM of Raw that this was full, and some of the people you picked, I'm like, really? That's who you went with?
Yeah, though I did enjoy the knee to the head to Cody. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
What else? Other general thoughts about it? I mean, it felt over. I enjoyed the Rumble. I was into it. I almost wish there could be like another 10 entrants because I was enjoying the flow. I was enjoying the clear out. So making the guys look strong. They had to look strong. You know what I mean? And guys look weak. The only objection I have to it in general was there was some shoddy camera work going on.
Well, that and that's your thing. You gotta.
And the director, I think the director too. Like, I think we missed a couple of putouts because the camera was somewhere else. Like when Jay was eating and all that.
Oh well, darn. I mean, miss Jay Uso eating. That is just that's a crime. That's just okay. Hold on, we got over here. Dom not being in it might be more hurt than we thought. He might have to vaccinate or vacate the title. Vacate probably is what you.
No, he didn't could be vaccinated because when you travel to certain countries, you have certain vaccines.
I don't think that's what he meant.
I probably not. Yeah. I'm also wondering, well, if without being specifics, what's over in a minute, if number 30 was a substitution for someone else who should have been like that was a swerve.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Again, we were talking about this is part of the fun and the downfalls of all the fantasy booking. You can kind of get married to folks you want to see in the Rumble, and you get and then they're not there. And you're like, oh, okay, oh,
yeah,
all righty. Well, I guess we're gonna wait for. I guess we're still okay. Who eliminated? Says who eliminated Brock. We will get to that. So I guess we'll go in reverse order. I guess since we're waiting on Ego still to get it here.
Well, I can ask a general question of you, JB, since you saw the whole thing.
Sure.
Was it overall better or worse than last year's program?
I mean, last year the women's Rumble was not great. The winners were the better than last year's. I'd say slightly better than last year. The Cody Kevin Owens match was just something awesome last year.
Yeah.
Now the 2 out of 3 pinfalls with DIY and the machine guns was take it or leave it. I think as far as the match order went, we started off with the women's Rumble. Then we had the Gunther and AJ match, followed by the WWE Championship, Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre. I think that match suffered from the AJ match because it was kind of the air got sucked out of the room. So it was a good match, but the crowd was just not as amped as it could have been. And then the men's Rumble. So I guess while we're waiting for Ego, we will go over what the match that he did see, and that is the men's Royal Rumble match. Surprise! Now, the night before on SmackDown, there was a production botch, which showed Braun Breaker was going to be entrant number 1 to the Royal Rumble. Okay. What would raise the bar? Oh boy. No, sir.
I don't think the Undertaker will even step in the ring for that one.
No. You are hilarious, sir. Started off where it showed Braun Breaker was going to have the number 1 entrance spot, ended up being number 2. And so they kind of, oh no, we meant to do that because Braun Breaker's really coming in at number 2 instead of number 1. And okay, sure, nice recovery there. But number 1 was someone I thought was going to come in later. Matt, in your fantasy booking, you actually had this guy at number 1, which is a good thing because by the time it took him to get down to the to the ring, I mean the guy takes his time, but it's the former 2-time NXT champion Oba Femi. The guy is an absolute monster.
And you could see in the ring he was selling for other guys. He looked good doing it. So he's here. How they mess. Hopefully they'll do his career. But we can talk about that online.
Now it was good. It was good that the fans were getting into it. That the fans were chanting Oba. They know who this guy is, which is always a plus. And then out comes Braun. Breaker, gets right about to the end of the entrance ramp, and I guess there's a mass supply of black hoodies and just black clothes at backstage for the WWE. There he is. There he is. Hello,
There he was,
sir.
there he is.
How are
Hey.
you, sir?
Christ on a cracker. Streamer doesn't get their shit together. I swear to God. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh,
By the way, nice
man.
shirt, sir.
Oh, yes, sir. To acknowledge
So-
him. To acknowledge him.
Because Matt only saw the men's rumble, we're gonna start with that, and we're just kind of work our way backwards.
Got it. All right, go ahead.
So, as we said, Oba came in number one,
Yeah.
and the guy, as the presentation of the man is just amazing. I mean, he has,
Mhm.
and the 25,000 was doing the chant. They know who this guy is, and the guy just has star written all over him.
Absolutely.
And-
Absolutely.
Oh well, Ego, you have a fan here.
Thank you, guys.
And then out comes Braun Breaker. And as I said, apparently in the back of every WWE shows, they have an endless supply of black hoodies and just black clothes.
Mhm.
Because a guy, somebody dressed in black, came out and attacked Braun Breaker, ran him into the steel steps, gave him a curb stomp, and then ran off into the crowd. Now we know from Good Morning Football or one of the other sports shows, Seth Rollins is back at home
Oh, yeah.
do with their daughter. But we're meant to believe that this is Seth Rollins taking out on getting a little bit of revenge on Braun, as even Paul Heyman was like, that's Seth Rollins. That's Seth Rollins. And Braun gets into the ring and is just immediately closed out of the ring by Oba Femi. And I'm like, well, there goes my Iron Man, and there goes one of my four. Great.
I'm
So,
5'4" too.
I'm already
There
like,
goes my surprise ending too. I was like,
oh, which thank God that did not happen.
Oh man, JV would have had a stroke if Matt was right.
That was hideous. And then out comes Solo Sikoa. Big guy, got some meat on him. There was a lot of meat to start this match. At least in the first six, we got some.
and then
meaty
just
guys.
by the way, JV, like Oba's a big guy, but you don't know how big it is. He's saying that to guys who we know are big guys.
Okay,
So-
Like Solo's big, you know, and Oba made him look like
Dude.
not big.
small. Oba is 6'6", 310 pounds.
Yeah.
That's a lineman.
Yeah. Like my wife, the minute she saw him, she said, "Who the fuck is that? He's big as shit." That's an introduction to Oba. That's the very first thing she said. She's like, "God damn, is there anyone else that big?" I was like, "Honey, I really don't know. I mean, they're taller but not as big. They're shorter and bigger." So when she saw Bronson,
Wider.
she's like, "Wider." There we go. Yes. So I was like, she said like the only one I think that she said was kind of close was maybe Brock Lesnar, but she's like, she saw like 10 or 12 other guys. She's like, that's not as big. He's not as big. She's gonna toss him out. It actually got my wife to sit through the entire Men's Royal Rumble.
Oba did nice.
Yeah, like
Yeah, if
she's
Brock was
like,
right.
10 years younger, he would have probably looked close to Oba, but he's obviously getting old, you know.
All righty. So the next out came Solo Sikoa within the 90 seconds, because this year they were 90 seconds in between it.
was 90 seconds.
Entrance. So Solo gets tossed out. Oba's in the ring alone. Out next comes Rey Mysterio, which apparently was not as injured as everyone thought he was. That did not take long. And then a surprise at number 5 was Rusev.
Yeah.
And then at number 6, Matt Cardona. By the way, every name I have just mentioned was eliminated by Oba Femi. So we are already 7 guys deep. Number 7 is about to come out. Everyone has been eliminated by Oba Femi.
Mhm.
Which 7 was Damian Priest. And then someone who I did not think would last as long as he did. I believe he is the Iron Man of this event. The bouncy boy, Javon Evans.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I guess he did get what 46 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, that surprised me. Okay.
And then another surprise. I'm like, okay, from AAA, we're no NXT, no Finn Balor. We got Mr. Iguana.
Seriously, Mr. Iguana. I mean, I was like, if you're gonna have guys from AAA and all that, wherever they're from, like you can have so many. I mean, I don't know.
Right. And
I admit, I did
Vikingo.
like
I thought
the choke
Vikingo was
slam
gonna come out.
above the Iguana. I admit like that.
That was hilarious.
And then right after that, we had coming in at number 10, the man who Ego is now all in on, Mr. Lemon Pepper Stepper himself, Trick Williams.
Oh, that trick. Oh, that trick. Sorry, I had to do that.
Silly boy, you.
Shiro was chanting it too. It was very infectious.
Shocking. Shocking.
Still, Ego tricks are for kids.
And then a surprise early entrant, Cody Rhodes at number 11. I did not expect that.
I think I had Cody early and then Jacob late. So I think I'm that kind of mashed up on mine, but it's about far.
And then at 12 and 13, this was the fun part of the Rumble that I liked. El Grande Americano.
Oh, that's awesome. That was
which
great.
At number 13, Original El Grande Americano. Original, which, by the way, is jacked. That man is jacked.
Yeah. Huge.
And then they did the meme. They did it. And then a pleasant surprise, the former powerhouse Hobbs, Royce Keys. That is a big man. That is a big boy. Now, I found out what the reasoning behind the name change is. Royce is the name of his son. Keys is the maiden name of his mother who passed away.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know why they did it, but if they did it on purpose, I like that they acknowledge his previous name. They're not just like WWE Vincifying it, like trying to say, "Oh, he never had a name before," and they acknowledge that he and Cody wrestled elsewhere without saying it.
Yes, they mentioned that because there was a nice little stare down.
Yep,
that was nice. It was nice.
At number 15, the first member of the Vision, I guess, who actually got some in-ring action, Austin Theory comes in. Mm-hmm. And right behind that, the Oscilla, Big Bronson Reed, which he comes right in. And Javon Evans, mind you, folks, is 6'5", 180 pounds.
Yes.
And he ate a tsunami. Where Bravo and Rio went, no, thank God. No, they were not. They were not in, no. Then, one of my favorites, Ilya Dragunov, the Mad Dragon, which what did your wife say about Ilya?
Man, she said Ilya looks like his face stopped growing with the rest of his body.
Shiro, you watch your words, young lady.
Oh, bro.
Did you see Cody selling that he had like a hard skull and body and all? He was a good sell on Cody's part. You know?
Yes.
Oh man, hilarious.
Which Shiro, make sure you're watching and throwing a thumbs up just to help your man out with here as well. And then number 18, a surprise that I'm like, really? La Parka.
That was confusing. I didn't get that.
Parka.
It's like El Hijo del Parque. Like, I mean,
I could only
Amy
think
and
with the
OD.
amount of luchadors they had that they had trouble getting some guys in with pieces and all that.
I don't know, man.
Well, I'm like, why did did Joe Hendry say no? I don't want to go. Did Ethan Page say no? I don't want to go.
I had Ethan Page going. Like, I don't know who said no, but I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, it sounds like.
And then speaking of
Yeah.
luchadors, out comes Dragon Lee right behind that. Number 20, the final member of the division, Logan Paul. And number 21, LA Knight. Now, LA Knight had a much better Rumble than he did last year. Last year, he fumbled a few spots and was not in the best spot to be in. Everyone's going to end the stream. I am not ending the stream. Who are you?
On it.
And so then, he got his offense in. That was nice. And then comes Brock Lesnar.
That was
now we got a few stare downs between Oba and Brock. Someone would try to interfere. They would get tossed out. Go back to the stare between Oba and Brock. And nothing really came of that because at number 23 again, I'm like, really? The Miz? The Miz.
I guess I was kind of off.
Now, this is why I said there was some bad camera work, right? So every so often there's a guy who does the Miz and tries to play it smart and not go in right away and whatever. But if you're going to do that, the guy has to be doing something on the outside, and you have to be watching with the camera. Like when a guy's near the edge, he punches him and stuff. Like he's trying to cheat. Like he's doing really slimy heel stuff, And if he was doing any of that, the camera didn't show it. So the question, did he not do any of that for the, I don't know, 5 minutes he was out, or was it bad camera work? Because there was a lot of bad camera work.
I have no clue.
I don't know about that.
And then at number 24, another luchador makes her presence known. Ray Phoenix comes in, probably gets F5'd by Brock, tossed around like a little rag doll, and gets eliminated before someone else showed up, which some missed opportunities here. At number 25, instead of coming down the ramp, he had to come through the crowd, which means he was probably tired. It's the Yeet Man, Jey Uso.
I have no defense of that. I have no defense of that at all. No defense. No defense.
Darn
no
right.
defense.
At number 26, Roman Reigns, the OTC shows up. Huge pop. Roman is like, and with some of Roman's statements he made, which we'll be talking about on Wednesday night for sure, this is kind of almost an indictment on WWE, but that's just my take. And then right after that, Jacob Fatu, who went right for Cody Rhodes.
That was awesome. That was great.
And then to round out 28, 29, and 30, Penta showed up along with Randy Orton and Gunther, who was in a match earlier. Now there was, I mentioned Ray Phoenix got eliminated before Penta came in. It would have been nice to see those two working together as the Lucha Brothers.
Even if it's teased,
something. Now there was one sequence that I was like, what is going on here? Where I was looking, when Oba got eliminated, he got eliminated by Brock Lesnar. For one, I thought that was a bad move.
Bad move.
I thought Oba, to get that elimination, would have just even put more of a rocket on him, and it made it even worse when literally like 90 seconds later, Cody Rhodes and LA Knight eliminate Brock Lesnar.
Right.
I mean, it was literally why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because up to that point, like Oba was the Iron Man so far. You put 5 people in there. He eliminated everyone. He stood alone by himself for a solid 30 seconds. What the hell was the point? If you do all that to be like, oh, number one, Brock Lesnar comes in, and after 3 stare downs, Brock Lesnar suplexes him. And I'm like, that's a bad look. On top of that, because everyone else that came in to take him before that time got put promptly on their ass. And I'm like, you could have been like Brock hitting him and Oba
no selling it
and then slamming. Yeah, and then, like this doesn't like the entrance numbers didn't make sense. The way certain people got eliminated didn't make sense either, because we had, when we get to the final, like no one had been in the ring longer than 20 minutes by the time we get to the final too.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I clocked. I'm like, what the fuck? What was even the point of doing all of this if like, it's go ahead.
Go on, Matt.
What was the temperature?
It wasn't.
Because that's an outdoor stadium, right?
It wasn't. I don't think it was. Yeah, but it wasn't that. It wasn't that. I didn't think it was like a hot.
Okay.
No.
I only thought on the Oba Brock thing, I think it would have been better if they eliminated each other simultaneously and set up a feud.
No.
If you're going to do that, if you're going to do it that way,
it's 60 degrees. It's 60 degrees right out there now. Right now,
I would have got
no weather issues.
Here's where I disagree with that, because Brock's not around enough to have a proper program with. He's a part-timer.
Yeah,
I mean, very part-time.
Well, then don't put him in a Rumble to begin with, to be honest.
I mean, to get the stare downs, okay, fine. But the final 4 ended up being Randy Orton, Gunther, Logan Paul, and Roman Reigns. Half of what I said that they would be. It ended up Roman Reigns eliminates Gunther, which you can kind of protect Gunther that way because he was in a previous match.
He was selling the injury, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Roman Reigns wins his second Rumble, as I said that he would, and basically got the response that I thought would happen, as opposed to when he won it in 2015, when he got booed out. When he got booed out of the building, massive cheers. Roman Reigns guaranteed a title shot at WrestleMania.
Yeah, Roman is over. He's earned his respect. He's as long as they don't mess up with him, you know what I mean? Like some horrible mess up. There's not going to be much booing of him anymore.
No. Now, right before that was Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. This was a massacre. This is an absolute massacre. Sami Zayn got ragdolled, pillar to post, pretty much most of the match. There was, the babyface comeback and everything. The match didn't quite feel as hot as it should have been because of the match previous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you told me that. Yeah.
So, Ego, your thoughts on the Sami versus Drew match?
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes the fun thing of watching a PLE with someone that's not a fan, not really involved with, is you can explain how things are going. Because my wife thought that Sami Zayn was going to win. I'm like, hey, based on all these things, it's not going to happen. And so you saw it kind of play out that way. They made the right decision. It was just, in parts, it was slow. I was starting to kind of get drowsy a little bit. I mean, not because the match is silly, but because it was just like, there were other things that were, we just had the Women's Royal Rumble, and then I got to wait for AJ's match, and I'm just like, this one, I'm like, it's a foregone conclusion. So I mean, I
mean, on Wednesday you did say that you thought Sami now would win.
I forgot until you said, because I thought this was the year that it was supposed to be in Riyadh. I thought WrestleMania was this year. I know it was next year. That's why I said that. Okay. When you said next year, I'm like, okay, if it's next year, then he's probably not going to win this one. It'll be like an almost thing. So now I get it.
So now the question is, what do we do with Sami now for the next year? going into Mania next year. So that's going to be an interesting story, and that's a lot of what we're going to talk about, especially with the comments Roman Reigns made on Wednesday. Now, as far as a non-gimmick match, the match that came before this, AJ Styles, Gunther, with AJ Styles' career on the line. This match was awesome. This match was very good. I mean, you got two just technical masters in there.
I guess.
I mean, that's going to happen. I mean,
yeah.
If Sammy's going to win, it's going to be next year at Mania in Riyadh. So that seems again like a foregone conclusion. But we've got the AJ Styles versus Gunther match. This match was back and forth. AJ got massive cheers. Every near fall, when AJ kicked out, fans would erupt. Gunther kicks out. Oh, I mean, this match was hot. The fans were into it. We're really into this match. Ego, your thoughts?
It was good. It was good. I think the thing is that, again, watching the match with Shiro, she'd be like, it would be great if he passed out right here. And he did. Like, that was, she was catching, like, hey, the way that this is shaping up, and he's a career killer. No, kill it. No tap. Put him out. That was great. They gave, he gave it everything in the ring. That was great. I mean, some of his jumps from off the ropes into the announcer's desk, taking outside the ring, bringing it back in, put on a full match, which is what you can ask, all you can ask for in your last match. Gunther was a great and worthy opponent, and they were right. The two styles clashed, no pun intended, but it was a great play. Yeah, it was a great play on each other, the way that their characters are set up. That was awesome. And again, the crowd was ecstatic they were giving him all the flowers after that match, which was fantastic. So it was a good match.
And then of course
I got a question for AJ. Did Shiro know the ending, like AJ's retiring and all that?
Wait, do we know if he's retiring? You said
no. We knew that, but did your wife? Did she know that?
When I told her that, I said like, hey, it's on the line, but I mean, like, I said he's still got the entire year to kind of do what he wants. She's like, oh, okay. That's why she was saying, well, if he's the career
before the match or after.
No, I'm telling her during, like, I tell her the setup of everything.
Oh, okay, good.
Like, when she's not necessarily like as invested, I can get her invested by just telling her the backstory. Because if she's already invested, she don't want to hear shit from me. She's like, shut the fuck up with the lesson. We're watching the movie. But with this, she was like,
like JB was saying, the crowd was cheering. Is what percentage of wrestling fans are in the know, like we are, versus those who just watch matches and nothing else?
She isn't, but it's when she watches.
Hey, hello, Pops. Thank you, sir.
Going on, Pops. It's by. Like it's good to see someone that has no tie to it or doesn't know what's happening. Just like pick a wrestler. Oh, I like the way that person was, or I like the way they did that or that. Like she loved Lash Legend. Yeah. Like she was like, that's fantastic. She couldn't wait for Nia Jax to get out there. Yeah, I'll tell you what my wife said about that. But when I was telling the AJ Styles thing, she's like, okay, well, if he's a career killer and he's retiring, he should pass out right there. He shouldn't grab the ropes. Mm-hmm. And like then she said, like, that's when he passed. I'm like, good. You at least see how it's being set up. I told her I'm gonna have to start writing down certain things she said during matches because
maybe she can make your picks for you. I think I'd hit a grand slam.
Wow.
It would have been funny if your wife came in right now.
Wow.
Well played, Matt.
Ego, you're right there.
Just I'm gonna have to go to the ER because I caught a stray there.
Oh, you poor baby.
I'll be okay though.
All righty. And before we get into the Women's Royal Rumble, There's a few of you out there still. I'm looking at over here. We're at about halfway to double digit likes. I know I've seen a few folks throw some comments. If you have not hit that like the button yet, which costs you nothing, be sure to do that. And also check down below in the description for all of our socials, our YouTube channels. So, if you don't mind, folks.
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
So going in reverse order, the show started with the Women's Royal Rumble. This is the tale of two halves. The first 20 minutes of the Rumble, of the Women's Royal Rumble.
Boring.
The last 20 minutes was exciting. That's where it got fun. Now we start off. Ego, you called this one on when we fantasy booked the Women's Rumble. You had Charlotte coming out at number 1, and Charlotte came out at number 1. I did not expect the number 2 selection come out, Alexa Bliss. I'm like, oh, we got drama.
Interesting.
Drama. Surprisingly, or someone who I thought would get eliminated a lot earlier than she did, Kiana James came in at number 3. Had a good showing for herself. At number 4, I'm like, oh, we're starting early here. We had Nia Jax in at number 4, who all previous Rumbles had never come in
earlier than 19. Right. So when she came out,
so she's in a she comes in at 4. Ego, you said to me what?
Dude. So when Nia Jax came out, they're like, she's like, she doesn't have a weakness. And the minute he sees them, why she was like, it's fitness. That's her weakness. I said, wow. I said, ma'am. She's like, what, honey? It's jiggling in the front. What is this? Jesus Christ. I mean, so she's like, why are they going to lie and say she has no weakness? It's obviously fitness.
Now, Ego.
Yes.
Is the amount of snark that Shiro gets, is this normal, or has the pregnancy kind of elevated it?
Man, like the secret hormone in pregnancy is mean and snark. Like she had a little bit of it, but it was like a mutant gene. It was like latent, and then pregnancy like ignited the whole thing. So yeah, she had no filter. It was great.
Alrighty. And then at number 5, Ivy Nile, who looked like a Power Ranger.
Yes.
Number 6, Lola Vice came in. Candice LeRae, okay, sure. Number 8, for a while I thought might be like a sleeper. Most eliminations out came Jordan Grace. But Becky Lynch, who surprisingly did not last as long as I thought she would.
I thought she would last longer too.
Number 10, Sol Ruka, which really didn't get going until the end. Really did not get going until the latter half. Number 11, Roxanne Perez. Number 12, Maxine Dupree. Those two started going. Becky and Maxine started going. That didn't last long because Natty came in, and Becky eliminated Maxine. Natty eliminated Becky Lynch. Natty was eliminated later on at number 14, Liv Morgan, which I noticed all the Judgment Day girls came 3 spots apart.
Oh.
And number 15 was Lash Legend, who had a very nice showing for herself.
Definitely
Was the savior in the latter part of the match, kind of saved a part of the Rumble. Zelina Vega. Okay, why? I mean,
exactly. Get her out of here.
was 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 Blake too big? Is he doing autographs? Number 17, Raquel Rodriguez. 18, Chelsea Green, who lasted longer than 5 seconds, thank God. Which Alba Fire ended up brought into the ring and got eliminated twice, even though she wasn't in the Rumble. We then had Chelsea Green. Then came Julia, number 20, Io Sky, 21, Asuka. And then we had a Julia, Io, Asuka stare down between the 3 Joshis there. That was cool. Rhea at number 22, Bailey at 23, NXT Women's Champion Jason Jane at 24, Nikki Bella.
Whoa.
Seriously, no one cares.
Lyra Valkyria at 26, and I'll get to her in a second.
Okay.
27, Kairi Sane. Number 28, Kalan Jordan from NXT. Again, Blake must have been doing autographs or something. Number 29, Brie Bella.
Seriously, no one cares.
And I called this one. And then number 30, Tiffy time, Tiffany Stratton. Now, I mentioned Lyra Valkyria because she spoiled my picks here because I had Julia in the final 4 and Lyra eliminated Julia. Ego then earlier was like, oh, it's the female Jey Uso. And I'm like, no, Lyra can at least hold the title. And like 10 seconds after that, she eliminated Julia. And I'm like, okay, now I hate her.
Thank you. I guess I got upset with Lyra and I think Bailey getting eliminated by Brie and Nikki. I almost threw my phone at the TV. Like, there's no. You could have taken out any of the other jobbers that were in there, like, and you could have taken out some of the NXT talent. But as like you took out like a viable tag team championship option for you guys that were like part-timer that like had people being marks. I was like, why? Get them out of here. Like, if anything, have them debut at like 7 and 8 and then last like towards the end and then getting kicked out. There's no way that they should be eliminating people that were actually legitimately full-time on Raw. Like, come on. No.
Right. And then what was it? And then I mentioned that Lash Legend is a hero because she eliminated by herself both Nikki and Brie.
Absolutely.
She is my new second favorite female wrestler.
Bro, did you see the way she like stomped the fuck out of Io to knock her out though?
Oh,
bro. Oh my Lord.
And then she went from a hero to a zero because the way she just unceremoniously just chucked Io out. And then because with Sol Ruka, I'm going to mention Sol because Sol had a really good showing here. The Iron Lady was Charlotte. She was there for just under like 56 minutes total. Sol Ruka ended up in the final 4. And almost she hits a double soul snatcher, I believe, on Liv and Tiffany. And we get up and we get that nice little drama that's starting to happen because we get down to 4. And because Raquel had just eliminated, I'm trying to think who Raquel eliminated. Lash. She eliminated Lash. And then Liv Morgan comes right from behind her and just dumps her over. And I'm like, ooh, we're going to have drama in the clubhouse. So then the final 3, we got Sol, Tiffany, Liv. They're on the apron. Soul looks like she's going for a soul snatcher on the apron. Tiffany shoves her off, turns around, and Liv hits her oblivion, throwing Tiffany to the floor, and no longer the bridesmaid now has a title shot at WrestleMania, guaranteed. Liv Morgan. So, and then I went to gloat to Ego for a bit because my picks for the women's side of this Rumble were actually very, very good.
I said, damn it, my name is Ego. Let's dial it back a little bit.
So, Ego, your thoughts on the women's Rumble as a whole?
It was pretty good. Like I said, I love when they have that many women in the ring because it's all collaborative. It was great. Didn't really understand again some of the placements, and I did not like the Bella Twins at all being in there. Least of all them actually dumping out current talent that actually have more talent. But overall, it was good. Lash Legend showed me what she had. I didn't know she could wrestle like that. I liked her going toe to toe with Raquel in parts. Like that was great. You know, she wrestles big too, so you're like, okay, she go ahead.
Well, you even said to me, I didn't realize Lash was that big.
I did not know that, man. Like, I was like, I liked it. I was like, she could. Like, my wife loved her too. She's like, hey, she thought Lash Legend was gonna win. She's like, she's big, but she's strong and athletic too. And I was like, yeah, that's more of what you would want and need, like in this kind of roster if you have a big. So I mean, I don't know if I'd probably keep her on SmackDown at some point and then move her over to Raw if she wants to go against Raquel and have a bigger match. But I mean, she's probably better at Raw. But I mean, she had a really great showing. Same thing for Soul Ripper. I like that they had faith in her, kept her into the Final Four. She kind of went toe to toe, gave you the sniff that she could win, even though it probably wasn't going to be on the table. But she did a really good job. And her being athletic enough was like, okay, well, I don't know how you're going to be able to pull a soul snatcher off the apron. Like, if you pull that shit, I thought she was going to either do that or do the tightrope into a DDT. Mm-hmm. I know with the way it's set up, it probably wouldn't have worked except for the Final Four. But I understand that, they had to give Liv the moment and make it so that, hey, I pushed off. Liv betraying Raquel was fantastic. Did not see that. I was like, oh. I thought we had like an accidental shove. But I'm like, oh, I love this. I like this. We've got, what's his name? We've got Finn Balor going slight rogue. We've got Liv Morgan causing dissension. Oh, I love this. And Dominic is nowhere to be seen. So like, hey, Dom, where were you? It's great. I like the fact that at least this Rumble builds on the story. Men's Royal Rumble, you're gonna have to kind of build on some of it some way, kind of have to makeshift it. But the women's was perfect. I like the way that they set up story wise.
I think what we got going is because one half, at least the opponents for title matches, for the main title matches at Mania are now set. The other half, as far as hey, Mr. Jacob Ironside, how are you, sir? Glad here. The other half is in about 4 weeks in Chicago at the Elimination Chamber, which we are now on the road to WrestleMania, which WWE is going to put some effort in because they have to sell tickets for that show. Yeah, and we mentioned and we talked about that on Wednesday, which we'll be going over a lot more as far as the results, the fallout, and what's going to be going on with TV going into the Elimination Chamber. But that will be on this next coming Wednesday night is overbooked. So in the meantime, Mr. LeftEyeEgo, what do you have coming up, sir?
Finally, we'll be doing Ordinary Games tomorrow.
No, you won't.
Fed and have our nap, and we are set to do tomorrow. It's set. Guys, if anything changes, I mean, I'm not in control of this at all.
Bravo, sir. Bravo. And the powerbombing, pulverizing Terminator, what do you have coming up, sir?
Obviously, we'll all be on Wednesday nights overbooked on Wednesday. Thursday, we have one on Roman's channel to be, I forgot what we're doing, honestly. And then I might drop a video. I want to get my laptop finally tomorrow. Yeah, so I have a little room for productivity from the hospital room. Maybe be able to do that Naruto video I was talking about, where I told the 5 most heart-wrenching moments.
Seriously, no one cares.
Do my thoughts on the Rumble, the independent thoughts from once I watch the whole thing tomorrow, the rest of it. And then 1 second, JB. Ego, because Ego is wondering what the placement. Sometimes placement in the Rumbles, people get their place because they're great at putting people over and setting people up. So, like, you have like why so and so is right there or whatever. That's why they're like 7th or 8th or whatever they are.
You're muted.
My bad. It was like, I was totally confused, and I had no idea why certain people I thought would be later were going up sooner, and like why we're doing NXT call-ups at like 24, 25. So that was my only confusion with it.
Well, it's probably to put them in the ring with the bigger names.
That's true.
So if they're competing and hanging with the big names, okay, I can reasonably see this person possibly be on the main roster soon. That's what that was for. Hey, Wade, how are you, sir? And for myself, that's right. That's right. And as far as myself, we will probably be getting some shorts out probably tomorrow or the Monday. Monday, I will be recording an episode with Pops talking about the film The Menu. Fine film. Is it definitely
good job?
Must see.
It was a great movie, man. Yeah.
Definitely must see. Back here for Wednesday Night is Overbooked. I'll be dropping my own content throughout the week, and also with Roman of the Empire on Thursday. But until then, folks, I think this really kind of wraps up a quick summary of the Royal Rumble. For more in-depth, probably coming on within the next half hour or so, will be the Solid Monster for Solid Monster Sounds Off, or JD from New York. Definitely check them out as well. But on behalf of everyone here for Wednesday Night's Overbooked, thank you for stopping by, getting a quick recap of the Royal Rumble from Riyadh. Dear God, that's a lot of R's.
Wow.
So until I don't know. I've got stuff possibly going on with my own personal stuff that I've got going. And just find me on X and we'll talk. But until then, folks, I wish everyone a great rest of the weekend. Keep talking, keep smiling, keep having fun. Until next time, have fun and always take care.
And here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.